Alright, you guys, so I'm going to give you a little teeny tiny update on my garden here. And I'm going to show you something that I did that I don't normally do, but yeah, I've been having trouble making plants grow, so we'll take you over there and I'll show you. Alright, so a few months back, we built this little enclosure kind of thing just to keep the deer out, and just so you guys know, this fence that we put up is taller than I am, and it's so close to the house that they don't even try. They're just like, whatever, okay. Which is good, because they get everything else. And I'll take you around back and show you the other fence in a minute, and one of the reasons why I've been planting so much stuff in here. But do you see those little pots down there? Those little pots there, they got little squash plants in them that sprouted, believe it or not, out of my compost pile. And normally I don't recommend doing that, especially if you're a seed saver like I try to be when I am growing plants, because you just don't know what you're going to get. However, I have tried for weeks and weeks to get some squash plants to sprout, and despite my best efforts, I could not do it. Apparently Mother Nature does it better than I do. I used to do all this stuff all the time, but for some reason the seeds that I had will not sprout. And they weren't old either. They were new seeds out of, squash from last winter. So I really don't know why they didn't want to sprout, but maybe they just weren't mature enough or something. But anyway, we've got like some peppermint going on there. This decorative bamboo tree, I have to protect it from the deer because they eat the crap out of it. Those big plants right there are potatoes. I think I don't remember what kind they are. I think most of those in that pot are red potatoes. And then there's a few different kinds in there. And around here, this is probably not the best way to do it, but I'm growing some, you can't even see it on camera, but in there, trust me, there's some red sweet potatoes growing. But they like more sun than that, and they don't really like being in leaves like regular potatoes, I think. But for right now, this is like the only thing that I got. So, yeah. So they're just going to have to survive in there. And I'm going to take you guys around back here, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is my old garden, and I've been showing this to you guys in the other videos and stuff lately. But yeah, we just haven't really gotten around to finishing the fence. And one of the reasons why we haven't is because Ron was sitting here on the porch, on our back porch here, or something. But anyway, he said that he watched a deer jump right over this fence. No problem, like way over it. He said it seemed like the thing was like 20 feet in the air. Now, it probably wasn't, but it was probably pretty close. And so now we're just kind of at an impasse trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to do to keep them out? And we really don't have tall wire. We've got like the 4-foot stuff. We could like overlap it and, like I said, put strings on the top and yada yada. But if the deer are jumping 20 feet in the air, I don't know. Plus, guys, this is the middle of the day, okay? I got half of this garden over here is half sunshine, and it doesn't get like this until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're heading into summer here. And then the rest of this garden right here is nothing but shade, like the whole day. And the only way to remedy that is to cut a bunch off this tree, which we don't want to do, because A, it's way high up there, and B, it's just not going to be good for that tree to cut that many limbs off just to get enough, stuff uncovered to have a garden. And that poor apple tree, and you can't even see it in the camera, but that right there where my finger is, that's an apple tree. That poor thing never gets any sun. That thing's probably older than I am, and it's just still teeny tiny. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the garden. Oh, and down here in this area, that's where the thistles are and kind of were. We cleared out quite a few of them. So, yeah, Ron just had to go in there with the weed eater, and he got some of them. But we're never going to get them all. And hopefully we got enough of those little bugs left to help us kill the rest of them. So that is that on the garden. And yeah, and way down there is my compost pile. And I'm kind of a lazy composter. I don't turn it enough. And so it's probably to my advantage this year. Okay, so Ron has been in here cleaning the van and working on it. And he made new things for the windows because our Reflectix were getting old. We used to see that big roll of insulation right there. He made some window covers out of that. And, you know, he's just been organizing and cleaning a little bit, which is great because I'm usually the one that's out here doing a lot of this stuff. And, well, I've been busy lately. So it's actually pretty nice that he's out here doing it. So, yeah, so now the van's starting to look like something. I just thought I'd show you guys that. Give you a little update on that. Yeah, and so we haven't had a chance to work on the 77 Dodge van lately, nor have we really had the desire to for some reason, and also it needs some parts. I think it needs a fuel pump and a few other things, and we just haven't had the cash for that right now. We're just trying to get by just like everybody else. Yeah, I think it's tough for everybody in the world right now. We're all just like, everybody's broke, you know, so we're just doing the best we can do, and yeah, just biding our time. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that with the squash plants. Yeah, just for some reason, like I even nicked some of the seeds that I was trying to sprout, and it just wouldn't sprout. So I guess they were just too immature or something. So I lucked out. There were some in the compost pile that decided that they were going to sprout and come up. And so I just took those and out of there and transplanted them. There's some in the compost pile that are already plants, but I just figured I better leave them in there because squash doesn't like to be transplanted like that. If it's in a pot that you put it, like, if it's in a paper pot and you just put it in the ground, like maybe split down the side of the pot or something like that, you got to kind of trick it into thinking that it's always been there, because it doesn't transplant very well. And these little sprouts that I put in there, you guys saw how baby they were, and they already had some big root systems on them. So just keep that in mind. If you're growing squash, it really just likes to be planted in place. And if you can't do that and you have to grow it in the house or something like I had to do this year, and just, you know, keep in mind that you're going to have to trick it into thinking that it's been in the ground for a while. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that stuff, and hopefully, you know, this kind of helps somebody out. But yeah, I don't normally recommend getting stuff out of the compost pile because you just don't know, especially if the seeds came from food that came from the store, like in our case. And so, yeah, and I was trying to sprout stuff that came from the store, which is not a good idea either, just because you don't know what it cross-pollinated with, so you don't know what you're going to get. And years down the line, you don't know what you're going to get if you're saving seeds. Just have to learn how to garden here so that within the next year or two, it's not going to be as bad. And the first year of gardening really sucks, and then after that, you start getting into the rhythm of the things and knowing what your climate's doing and all that kind of stuff, and it gets better and better, and you build up your soil and all that kind of stuff. So we're getting there. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you that little thing, and let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.